Today I am here with Ambassador Dr. Chanita Foster, philanthropist, world traveler, diversity, inclusion. Like, she does it all. She has her own nonprofit, Beyond the Game, because she's a rock star. She has a rock star brand. But here today, we're going to talk about Beyond the Game because she's going to let you know some of the amazing things that she's doing that's coming up. But I want to let you know some of the amazing things that I've seen over the past decade. You know what I used to love? Your voicemail.
Oh.
The Rockstar voicemail. I was like, yes. I would just call it sometimes over and over because it was so peppy. It just got me in a great mood. Don't you love when you call somebody and it just gets you in a great mood?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Chanita is a whole mood. ISSA, a whole mood, okay? Dr. Foster, enlighten us on, just say hello to our audience.
Hi. You want me to enlighten you on what? Beyond the Game?
Enlighten us on yourself, what's happening this morning. Let's just talk about your morning. How's your morning going so far?
Woo, child. No, my morning is, it's a morning, you know, each and every single day. When I wake up, it's like I'm on go automatically. I'm a mother. Most people, they...
4,
Keep going. 6. I'm a mother of 6 children, 3 still in the household. Stepdaughter left for the summer. 2 adopted children that are grown. So each and every single morning there's something different, but it's always high impact and it's always high intensity. So it's always moving very, very fast every single morning.
Now with 3 young ladies, are they all in high school yet?
Finally, everybody's in high school, finally.
They
were homeschooled for their whole entire life. I'm laughing because people get thrown off like, but I see teachers at the bottom of your Instagram. Yeah. And I'm like, no. The highest I think they got was maybe to 2nd grade.
Okay.
And that was Jordan. And then they homeschooled the rest of their life. So when COVID hit, and all of the kids came home, it was kind of backwards. When all the other kids were getting homeschooled, they finally said, we want to go to school. Wow. I said, but everybody came home. And so they were like, nah, we think we want to go to school. So my baby and my middle, they went to school first, Jersey and Jada. Jordan refused. And then last minute.
Why did she not want to go?
I think she was okay with being a straight A student at home. She got accustomed to going to Starbucks, being able to travel. She just went to Ghana with me. So she was accustomed to traveling when she wants to travel and go when she wants to go. So I think she didn't want to lose that. But as I allowed them to get on TikTok. They're not on social media. So they got on TikTok and she began to see proms and homecomings. And she was like, now wait a minute. She was like, I think I want to go to school. And I was like, really? And she said she wanted to experience her last year in high school. So she's going to the prom.
Oh, wow.
You know, she gets to go to homecoming. You know, I'm very overprotective. I'm extremely protective. Oh, too much probably, so.
Okay, before we get into everything, tell me what was the one piece of advice that you gave your daughter before she went to prom?
I think going out the door, our whole conversation was just be who you are authentically.
Okay.
You know, no disrespect to anybody else, but, you know, my kids don't go, period, you know, and just the other day, someone told Boss that she talks white. Oh, and so they're experiencing that. And so I'm like, you know, it's not white. Tell them you're just speaking proper English.
Hello.
You know what I mean?
For the South.
Right, for the South.
And you tell me your mama was from Detroit.
I know, right? And they believe people from the Midwest have an accent. But my biggest advice, every time they walk out the door, is to be them authentic selves. Okay. Like, they're just different. They wear what they want to wear. They eat different foods. You know, they have different interests. Last night we were at the orchestra. You know, so for them, they're just different. And I want them to stand in who they are as an individual. So I think that was my advice. Just be who you are and have fun. And actually, there was an incident. She went to prom with someone, and there was a child there that had autism, that had a complete meltdown. Really? And because my daughter has been around children with autism and we have transparent conversations, I was very proud of her while everyone else was running away from this child that was laying in the middle of the dance floor and spazzing out. Jordan took off her shoes and went over there and like calmed him down and was like, it's okay. Do you want me to dance with you? Because he was upset nobody would dance with him. And so she took off her shoes and calmed him, was like, hey, do you want me to dance with you? And so those moments like that let me know that I prepared them, you know, to go out into the world.
That's where she get that fearlessness from you. Now, you got to be pretty fearless to take on an international assignment while having 3 children.
Right.
When you took on the original assignment, that was over a decade ago.
Absolutely.
And that's fearless because you're getting on this plane traveling how many hours?
17 to South Africa, add an extra 4 hours to get to Eswatini.
And you really made some real lifetime memorable friendships over there, and you bonded with people, because I was bonding with was it Gigi? I was bonding with Gigi when she was bonding with her on social media. It felt like I was right there. So I never thanked you for introducing the world to another world outside of the U.S. And I think, like, I don't know, it seemed like your kindness like really just overflowed when you got in a different environment. Like your home mental just was in a whole Zen space. And you were just like so relaxed and so at peace and helpful. And the people were so appreciative of your presence.
Keyword appreciative. I think when you go into a place where people are genuinely happy with whatever it is that you're bringing them, be it a gift or food or water or even just love, it puts you in a different space. Gratitude puts you in a different space. I've been in positions where I've done things in America and I've done give backs, and people are like, well, why don't you focus more so on those things? And I said, because it hurts your feelings if you collect 300 backpacks and you go to hand a kid in America a blue black backpack and they say, but I want it red.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, I'm here
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I'm here to help you. But when
filled with stuff, not even an empty backpack.
But when I'm across the water, the gratitude,
yes,
the appreciation, the gratefulness is just different, and so it makes me operate on a different frequency.
Yeah, it does make your heart overflow when people are accepting stuff. I remember growing up in Los Angeles and going to high school, we passed Skid Row every morning. So I said, I'm gonna take this bag of clothes and stuff and give to the homeless people. Girl, I pulled over, the lady was holding the items up and turning her nose up, and I'm looking at her like, ma'am, you have not changed clothes in 2 weeks. How dare you? I was so, my heart was just broken that she was like holding up everything, throwing it to the side, and she picked like one thing out, and then she told me to take the bag back with me.
Yes, I remember one time.
I was like floored.
Me and my friend, we laughed one time. We were on our way to volleyball practice in high school, and so we were like, we were going to AAU. And it was in high school, but her mom had cooked all this food. We hadn't eaten all day. And we grabbed some food, like literally to run out the house. So we had like fried chicken in a napkin. We had like macaroni cheese in a napkin. We were just trying to take it with us. And I remember getting in the car with LaTanya Webb. She's now Edwards. She married Alan Edwards. He played at Kentucky. We pulled up to the stoplight and there was a homeless guy there. And I was like, oh my gosh, he is hungry. And Tanya was like, girl, I'm hungry too. And I snatched her food and I took mine and I rolled down the window and I gave it to the guy. And I remember when the guy took the food, he opened the paper towel and looked at it, and girl, he threw the chicken on the ground.
No.
And then he threw something else and he looked at the macaroni, he ate the macaroni, and she looked at me. And I was like, okay. I was like, I get it. I was like, you know, you have to be intentional with your giving.
Yeah.
You can't just believe that everybody wants to accept what it is.
Even if they started. Maybe he wasn't started.
No, I'm saying you have to be intentional
like,
with your giving. Yeah.
I'm sick of everybody giving me chicken because I'm black.
That is so funny. So yeah.
Thought you was being racist.
I'm telling you. So I was like, you know what? I need to be intentional.
Now let me ask you, what's beyond the game?
I'm glad you asked that question. People think Beyond the Game was attached to sports because of the word game.
Right.
Now, I will admit in the logo, my daughter Amber my oldest daughter, she drew out the logo.
Okay.
And so she drew Africa. And at the time, yes, George was playing football. So she kind of put like the football threads in there.
Right. I remember that.
And yeah, and it's still in my logo. People have tried to change it, and I'm just in love with the logo. But Beyond the Game really stands for, what are you doing beyond the game of everything, beyond the game of life,
Okay.
beyond the game of your relationship,
Okay.
beyond the game of just anything. So beyond the game means
I thought it was always athleticism.
about athleticism.
Like
but
after the game, then what?
But in life, I feel like everything comes down to wins and losses for most people.
Yes.
Everything
you win
comes,
or you lose.
Everything comes down to a game. Like if a relationship not going right, you're like, why are you playing a game with me? If you're doing business with somebody, you say, do you think this is a game? Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So for me, I said, okay, but what are we doing beyond the game?
Yeah, beyond the games.
Yeah.
After the games are put aside.
What are we doing
Now,
beyond the game?
what are you doing that's making a difference?
That's how the name came up. That's where it's from.
See, I thought you was Miss AAU, and you was like, okay, beyond the game, there's more to me than just, because I'm tall, I should be playing something, athletic. Like,
No.
look at me
Beyond the game
that.
is really what goes beyond all of the games. Period.
Okay, so beyond the game of life. And when you say life, do you mean just survival every day?
I think for us on this side, what are you doing beyond the game is just everything.
Okay.
I want to know relationships, life. What are you doing to make yourself a better person or to leave the world in a better place?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So what is it that the organization does? I've eyewitnessed personally, and I know there's probably more, the giving away of backpacks to kids, the back to school drives, okay? I've seen you get involved in Candy Cares and spearheading the whole nonprofit organization. I've seen you get on a flight to go and deliver mattresses. I've seen this woman build houses. I've seen her collect money to get more mattresses and build more houses and build more huts, and just take over just cleanly things, toys, coloring books, just toothbrushes, hygiene stuff, just to make somebody's life a little bit better. Like, those are the things I've seen. But what are some of the other things that you've done that you've been like your most proud accomplishment?
So my most proud program, I think I would say, is our period poverty program. It's called A Period Is Not a Punishment. Most people don't understand what period poverty is. Period poverty.
Is it period?
No,
poverty?
it means your monthly cycle.
Oh,
it means
okay.
your menstrual cycle.
I thought you was mispronouncing period like city girl style.
No,
Okay.
not at all. A lot of girls across the continent of Africa don't have proper sanitary wear. So that means they can't go to school, they can't go to church, they can't play with friends. And unfortunately, it becomes a hindrance of life. The reason why I got super passionate about it, and I was already doing it previously, was there was a girl in Kenya who committed suicide because she came on her cycle, she didn't have proper sanitary wear, she got made fun of at school, and she went home and she committed suicide.
Wow.
And that literally for me was like the turning point where I knew I had to create a program that was specifically meant for the African girl child that would supply them with sanitary wear.
Absolutely.
And so I started A Period Is Not a Punishment because I believe being a girl is awesome. It's amazing. And I don't think that a menstrual cycle should feel like I'm being punished.
It does feel like a whole punishment. Like your whole mental is changed for the week. You know when it's coming. You know when it's leaving.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it stays extra long when you don't want it to.
That is so funny.
So it's just like, oh my gee.
Yeah.
And now you can actually bear children. Like,
Yes.
now I'm a woman. I am stepped into womanhood, and it has hit me in the gut.
It is.
With
And
cramps.
so I spearheaded that program to make sure on our least day, on our worst day, we provide sanitary napkins for at least 100 girls each and every single month. So that way we can ensure that they can do the things that they need to do to make life better. So I collect funds. So I have people sponsor a girl for $5.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, why do you want so many people to be involved when you could just pay for it yourself? But I believe that when you plant seeds in life, that you reap what you sow in different areas. And so I'm a seed planter. I like to plant seed places. There's people that say, oh my gosh, I want to travel internationally. And I'm like, here's the easiest way to travel internationally. Plant a seed. Pay $5 and give a girl sanitary napkins, and that's planting an international seed while helping someone else. And then, you know, when the harvest comes for you, then God willing, that harvest that you reap will benefit, I guess, from an international seed sown.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I gave my $5 for like at least 2 years, and then I changed PayPal account.
But you need to put your card back on file.
I need to put my card back on file.
Because we would like your $5.
You don't even see that $5. Like, honestly, you guys, when we go to Quick Trip or the gas station and you buy 2 bottles of water, it's $7 now, okay?
But I think what happens is I went to Harvard. I took a course at Harvard, and Harvard said that you can't guilt people into giving. Most times people give when it directly affects them. So you have to find a way to make them feel like it directly affects them. If not, then yes, that $5 seems important to them. And so that's why I went with the direction of just sowing seeds and doing good deeds. And, you know, you reap what you sow. So then it would become personal, maybe to them, to want to give more. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. To want to give more. Yeah. You're so right about that. Especially for the sanitary napkins, because we as women, you know, I think I was 9 years old, and I was in elementary school, and my mom, I remember her safety pinning this, like a sheet or something to my underwear. I didn't know what was going on. But
do you know this week, transparent moment, I was actually running through the airport in Houston, and I had a oops up. I stayed in Houston. They messed up the flight, and I didn't have proper things that I needed. And I remember being able to go into the bathroom in the Houston bathroom, right? And I did what we do, y'all. Y'all know how we get to rolling and folding toilet paper, right? So I'm like, okay, at least I'm gonna roll and fold until I get home. Well, when I walked out in the bathroom in Houston and turned, there was a dispenser full of free sanitary napkins.
Oh, it's free?
Free tampons. Yes, just sitting there on the wall. And right then it clicked. I was like, see, I had access to toilet paper if that was my worst case scenario. But then I walked out the bathroom and I had access to free sanitary wear.
How many you took?
But no, I only took one. No, I didn't feel
like
bad.
20,
Oh, me, you know, I've arrived in life. The old me, I would have stacked up a little bit. You know, my college days, I would have grabbed 2 or 3 and took them with me.
Oh, that's
but I was on my way home anyway, so I took what I needed. But I'm saying that to say that there's people that are in certain areas of the world, they don't have that luxury. So it was a strong reminder to me.
We are blessed with a lot of things in the United States and privileged to stuff that we take for granted
every day.
And you have to go over to another country where you're like, man, or even when I go, my girlfriend feeds the homeless. It's called We Feed the Homeless in LA every Wednesday. And I cannot do it without tearing up, because these people are so happy and so excited to get like this fresh little salad and then the clothes, and she even has stuff for the dogs, like the homeless dogs. Her dog has a nonprofit.
That is sweet.
And I'm just like, man, like I just get teary-eyed every time, because we don't appreciate stuff. And just think, we're all like one paycheck away from being out there in that line, okay? And and now inflation has hit. So how has inflation affected you being a philanthropist?
I think inflation, COVID, everything hit me hard. So, and I know you're going to ask the question, what is this word, philanthropist? Because people throw around the word philanthropist. I need y'all to Google. Philanthropist means that you give away your own money. When I started using that word, I'm not trying to be funny. It was way back in the early 2000s where I began being called a philanthropist, sometimes baby Oprah, all of these different things. And it's because I gave my own money. I literally cashed in my kids' 5s, 29s. My kids don't have a college fund. And so literally, if you want to know the truth, not bragging or boasting, I've gave over, I know for a fact at this point, over $2 million to all of my causes of my personal money. But when you say, how does inflation or the economy or even COVID affect me? It affected us greatly because I came to a place in life where, you know, people always look at celebrities or famous people or people with money, and they always say, well, why can't you just pay for the whole thing? If we started paying for everything that was on our heart, we would be poor too.
Oh my goodness.
It's just being honest. And so I had to put a stop button in there for myself to say, okay, this is how much I'm going to give, but this is how much I'm going to raise. The issue became, especially after COVID, where when the economy shifted, people stopped giving.
Yeah.
And so you just talked about the $5. You know, I used to be able to write letters and get large donations from corporations. It doesn't happen like that anymore.
Right.
I'm an international, meaning I do international giving. A lot of corporations here in the United States, they want to give to the United States, even if the money is being mismanaged. So as the economy shifted, it became harder and harder, more complicated to get people just to donate $5.
Wow.
And I'm like, but it's $5.
Right.
And it was the same mindset as you. Like, don't go to Starbucks for one day and give a girl sanitary napkins. Or for $30, do you not know? That's $1 a day. You could feed a kid every single day for $1 a day. So asking people for $30. So, I mean, it impacted me greatly. But you could talk to the people who I serve. I haven't missed a single month.
I know.
I haven't missed a single month. I'll make it happen. Little side note, during COVID, I'll never forget, the donations stopped. I'm like everybody else. I'm now on fixed income. Nobody's paying me to speak. Nobody's paying me to fly around the world.
That
just stopped.
Quick.
So I was like, how am I going to keep funding the foundation? And I began to DoorDash. And I remember I went to the door, this house girl. I did not know. I would have changed my name in the app. I didn't know people could see your name in the DoorDash app. And so literally, it's COVID. I'm trying to get money for the foundation. I'm like, okay, I'm a DoorDash, and this money is only going to Beyond the Game, right? So I pull up to this girl's house.
That's self-sacrificing.
No, I pulled up to this girl's house, and I had all of these Happy Meals. She was ordering food for her kids. And she came to the door, and she said, and it said leave on the doorstep. But as soon as I was sitting the food down, she swung the door open. She said, oh my gosh, it really is you. And I said, okay. She's like, Chanita Foster. I was like, okay. She's like, I follow you on Instagram. I'm like, okay. And she was like, I can't believe you door dashing. And I said, I am. She said, but why? I see you. I know you do real estate. I know you do sound business. I said, but I'm also taking care of 1,000 children during a pandemic, and people stopped donating.
Right.
So she said, oh my gosh, wait. I want to find you a tip. And she ran, and I'm trying to get away. So I'm walking away. She came back. She said, I don't have any cash. Do you have Cash App? So I said, okay, no problem. So I gave her my Cash App. I got in a car, and she Cash Apped me $10. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me and was like, that lady don't have no money. She busy trying to feed her kids.
Right.
She busy trying to make it through the pandemic. So she sent me $10, and I sent her $100.
Wow.
Because it was on my spirit, like, you know what, for her to want to make a sacrifice.
Right.
But I say all that to say that people don't understand sacrifice.
Yes.
And, you know, me, I had to swallow my pride. I'm not about to say, oh, we going through COVID, the kids not going to have food. I'm like, where can I make something shake until I figure this out?
You was
so
not playing.
I DoorDashed, okay?
Wow.
I DoorDashed.
Okay. I did not know you was dashing the door.
I'm not dashing
the
the door now, but I would dash the door for Beyond the Game. If Beyond the Game needs something, I'm gonna go get the money.
Right.
I'm gonna go get the money.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And that's probably where your children got that. They have such a loving heart, and even when I see them now, sometimes I think, do they even remember me from when they were little? But they always give you a hug, and they're always just full of smiles and hugs, like no matter what. And they get it from seeing you guys, you know, just having a good foundation.
Yeah.
Now, what event do you have coming up?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So most people know or don't know, if you follow me on social media, my best friend, Angel Ray is
Yes.
my ride or die.
Angel is your ride or die.
She's
Is
my
she
ride
from
or die.
Detroit?
She's from Detroit, Grand Rapids. She's gonna claim Grand Rapids, y'all. Detroit, Grand Rapids, is all the same to me. And she mentioned something to me, and I'm ready to bring it back. So when I first moved to Atlanta, we had Concert for a Cause.
Yes.
And you have been to every karaoke for a cause.
Yes.
But you've also been to every concert for a cause. And I think we only had 3. But I was so blessed with Concert for a Cause. I mean, we had Q Parker from 112,
Yes.
Nikki Gilbert from Brownstone. We've had Demetria has come. We had some people from Jagged Edge. Who else? I don't want to miss nobody because when I need you again, Neo has popped up on me.
Yes.
So many artists have lended their voice. RL, hey RL,
Yes.
I'm calling you.
And it
RL.
is a good time.
It's a good time. Jacob Lattimore. So many people showed up for Concert for a Cause, and then Angel Ray said, "Listen, we need to do Concert for a Cause." She said we're overdue, and I think I was taking my time because my biggest fear was that I've been so disconnected, with Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go outside in Atlanta like that, so I was like, I'm gonna have to pick up
You
the.
hate that you have to and need something.
I know, right?
Right.
But I'm about to, I need y'all. So, Concert for a Cause. We're pushing for October. It's gonna be a great time. October of the money
is gonna be a great month. It's already filling up.
I'm trying to tell you, we're gonna have some artists come in, give you some great music, paired with the visuals of all the work that we did across the continent of Africa, and most of all, raise some money. My goal is really to raise money for the foundation. We're getting ready to build a Beyond the Game community.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I was working within a community and my time was just up there. And I said to myself that at any moment I was no longer welcomed or someone didn't want me in a certain community,
right,
I would move on. It was God's work, God's money, let me move. And shout out to the Beyond the Game staff, Lamini and I'm about to start naming names and then messing up names, so let me just leave the names. Literally, they went and they actually, Bertha, see, I didn't want to start missing names. Right. Lamini and Bertha and all of them, Plumizi, I don't want to mess up their names. They went and secured land from a chief. And they said, we want her to build the Beyond the Game community here.
Wow.
We want to have a place where there's a church, where there's a community center, where there's an orphanage. We've seen the work that she's done for years and years and years. Take the land and build on that land.
Wow.
And so literally when we do, so when we do Concert for a Cause, the first order of business is to get Oprah, my house, Gogo. You called her Gigi, but Gogo passed away. Yeah. And she used to take care of Oprah. I've been taking care of Oprah since he was about 9 years old. And so now he's a true orphan who refuses to go into an orphanage. And so he's graduating from high school, if you do the equivalent. And so I want him to have a place to live. So he will live. He'll be the first house on the Beyond the Game community. And now come to work for the same organization that actually helped raise him. So
where does he live if he won't go to the orphanage?
So Oprah is living in Gogo's old house, which is, it makes me cry because literally when he walks out of that house is a house hut, Gogo is buried directly across from him. So every single morning, every single day, he's waking up to that remembrance. And I know it's traditional to bury on your homestead, but I believe there's so many good memories mixed along with a little bad.
Right.
And so I want to give him a fresh start. He's super smart. If y'all met Oprah, y'all would love Oprah.
Aww.
Straight A student. And so I want him to come work for Beyond the Game, learn some farming, do some agriculture, make me some money, Oprah. So he is going to be the first person to live on that Beyond the Game community land.
It looks like it's going to come with a responsibility.
It is. He's going to get some responsibility. He's going to get these responsibilities.
I don't know, but I don't know. You might have to look into some other options. No, I'm just playing. But that is so, so nice. So how can people help?
Oh, my gosh.
How can people help? Because I know that people are viewing right now, and they heard $5. They had a problem with $5.
$5.
I mean,
$5.
How can we help?
I want you to give whatever you can give, but you can go to beyondthegame.org. Shout out to Nana. I have an amazing, amazing website. everything you need is right there. You can sponsor a child. You can sponsor a girl for period poverty. We still have something up for when Gogo passed away. So many kids that still need to be taken care of. You can click there. I started a STEM program.
Wow.
So technology I don't believe because they're orphans or they're less fortunate that they shouldn't be keeping up with STEM. They need science, technology, engineering, and math. They need to learn and grow. God willing, they have the opportunity to go out into the world to make it a better place, that they're well equipped. So we started a technology program that I need to fund. So I definitely need, I'm like, I want to create programs, but then how are you going to fund these programs? So definitely want to make sure that we're raising money for that aspect. So beyondthegame.org.
Nice. Beyondthegame.org. Go. You can donate probably through any means necessary. Credit card, PayPal,
all that.
Whatever. Get on a system, you guys. Give it from not from your surplus, from what you have. Because when you give from what you have and not just the surplus, you're making a difference. And it's coming from your heart. And sacrifice. Sacrifice that one Starbucks drink. Sacrifice that hamburger you don't need no way from the fast food place. Just sacrifice and just get in the habit of sacrificing for a better cause. A cause that's greater than you.
Amen.
Be selfless instead of selfish.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I love it. I love it. Ambassador Dr. Chanita Foster, I love that you are able to extend yourself. Like, how do you keep the energy to do all of this? Because you never look sleepy. You never look tired. You always look like it's go time. How do you do it?
Okay. And I can definitely end with this. First of all, a lot of it is purpose work. I feel like when you wake up with purpose and passion, it fuels you. There are very few days when I wake up and I'm just mad about waking up. I don't want to live that kind of life. No. Some people wake up mad. I don't want to wake up and not want to live.
Mad you back
I don't want to wake up and be mad. So a lot of that energy comes from me being thankful for life. I had a suicide attempt. I'm around death often. The older I get, it seems like the more people are leaving this earth.
Yeah.
So definitely waking up on purpose. That's a good one. Waking up on purpose.
Right.
And then shameless plug. We'll talk about that in a business discussion. But I'm alive, y'all. I'm alive. I take one of the best vitamin supplements in the entire world. I believe that gives me all natural energy, fuels my body. I am very rarely sick. And that's not a medical claim. It's a fact. When you take care of your body will take care of you.
Hello.
So when people say, oh my gosh, where are you getting all this energy from? I think I drink Starbucks out of a habit, not necessarily for the caffeine. I think it's more a habit, and I need to break that. Yeah, I know, right? I think I need to break the habit, but I do. I wake up on purpose, and I wake up alive because I drink alive.
And you have a purpose. You know, when you live in your purpose and you get up, it gives you something to do. Like, if you're waking up and if you have a dream and that dream can be attainable like that, then you're not dreaming big enough.
Come on now.
Okay? So you need to have something to push you in the back. Like, just pushing you every day to get out there and do something for somebody else. Because you can't get anything and receive anything with your hands closed.
Absolutely.
So the more you give out, the more you give an opportunity for something to be placed in your hand and get it back.
Absolutely.
And one last thing I want you to tell everyone about is your book and where to get it. Because right now, mental health is on the cusp of every conversation.
It is.
So please tell them the name of your book and where they can purchase it.
So the book, it always comes up, girl, I'm not tripping. I'm depressed. I suffered depression. We were just laughing. Outside of that, before I get to the book, this is my friend, y'all. Like, my real friend. Almost going on 2 decades.
Right.
I moved to Atlanta in 2000, and our kids have played together.
You lived in 2000?
I came All-Star Weekend 2000. That's when I came to Atlanta. And I have
big
never
personality.
But the thing that I want to say before I get to the book is that I never took advantage of our relationship.
Yeah.
Of who you are and what you do. And I want to tell you, I'm not going to cry, that I respect so many people and so many situations that people don't give you credit for. A lot of people in Atlanta are who they are because of you. A lot of people have access to things, be it products, television, or opportunity because of you. A lot of people don't even understand that one article, that one blog, that one red carpet that you put them on changed their life in that moment. And I will never take that away from you because I would have never made it to Tyler Perry house, y'all, if it wasn't for her invite. And so I've never taken advantage of our friendship and what it is that you actually do for a living. I respect it. And so I'm thankful that I'm coming to you, or I'm invited to you at a time where my life is in order. And like most of those people that had the opportunity to benefit from it, whether they knew it or not, in that moment, I'm going to cherish and seize the moment and do what I need to do with moments like this because it really means something. But I went through a depression, and she just told me about the story when she came because a lot of people knew after I went through the depression that I was going through something, and I kicked her out my house. I was screaming and yelling, throwing stuff, and she was like, I'm here, I'm trying to help. And I'm like, get out. I was like, going crazy.
Like, I'm not leaving. And she was like, if you don't get out,
I'm gonna beat you up. Like, I was going through it. And I tried, and I put her out. But I wrote the book, Girl, I'm Not Tripping, I'm Depressed. Because I wish I had a handbook when I was trying to figure out what was going on with me. Everybody, including you, everybody was like, she tripping. She tripping. Why is she tripping? Why is she acting like that?
Yeah,
there wasn't a word.
Something was going on, but I don't know what it was. I just wanted her to know that I was right outside the door.
Yeah.
And I stayed outside the door for at least an hour or two, hoping she would come around. But she didn't. So I just went back home. But at least you have to show up.
Yeah, you have to show up.
You have to show up for your strong friends. You have to show up and show your face. And just because she did that time, if I saw her online melting down, I'm going to get up and drive over there again. Like, you have to keep showing up and keep showing up for people, because even though they're acting like they don't want it, at some point, maybe weeks later, she would be like, oh, that was so sweet, but not call you and say it. But I know she thought about it.
No, I did. I thought about everybody that attempted. That's why the book is called Girl, I'm Not Tripping, because a lot of people
wrote a whole book about it.
No, they thought I was tripping.
And then passed it into pennies, and then it turned into dollars.
That is so funny. But the book is a handbook that I wish that I had, that, it has tangible worksheets. I think people don't understand what my book really is until they get it, where you can write out some things to really discover, am I depressed? Have I been through a depression? Am I heading to a depression? I'm a suicide survivor. And so all of that is in the book, because I didn't go to sleep and wake up and I was depressed. It was a series of events that took place that led me down that slippery slope. And so most people don't understand that if I can see it before it happens, I can stop it. And I try to tell people all the time, stay in the light. They're like, what does that mean? I'm like, when things go bad and they feel bad, don't run to darkness. Don't run to hide. That's what I was doing. I was locked in my room. I was locked in the closet. I was trying to stay away from people. And now I understand, when I'm feeling my worst is when I need to be around people the most. When I need to be outside. And if you want to get spiritual, you need to be near the light. And so if you're in the dark, you can't even catch the light, aka the sun or the sun. So you have to stay inside of light. So that's the book. You can get it at DrChanitaFoster.com.
So that will conclude our interview for today. I am so happy. Beyond the Game, BTG, you guys, BTG. Okay?
BeyondTheGame.org.
Yes. And we will speak to you soon. We will all visit the website. And thank you again for being here with us today. You are so delightful.
Thank you. Okay, perfect. He left.
He right.
Tell him come put this wig on my head if I can beat him up.
You do. He never left.
How long was it?
Oh, I didn't count.
It was too long? Cut it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna chop it up.
No, I thought you ended the conversation a long damn time ago. Then she brought it back. Remember she said,
She kept saying,